everyone, Fluffy here, back with another mukbang. What I have for you today is a New York strip steak with onions and mushrooms and some steamed frozen broccoli. And I did a close-up and I'll put it in right here. Oh my God, isn't that delicious looking? Yes, I cannot wait to dig in. And it's been a while since I've cooked a steak, so hopefully it is not overcooked and it's to how I like it. I like it just barely pink in the middle. So let's hope that it's covered out right. Now, I'm moving around so the dogs might clickety-clack, and if it gets too annoying for me, then I will order them out of the room while I eat. Because you can already hear the big one. So, and of course I have my shut up moment. Alright, what am I going to start with? Let's start with the steak. Please, please let it, oh. Alright, it's just almost overcooked. There's no pink. I would rather have a really slight hue of pink. But let's see if it tastes good anyway. It's steak, I mean. Only thing I have on this steak is salt, pepper, and the Kinder's cowboy butter. Yeah, same thing with the broccoli. And at the end, when I put the mushrooms and onions in there, I put a pat of butter. Overall carb count on this one is 8 for the whole bag of broccoli, and about 7 for the onions, half a cup of white onion, sliced raw. So it started off raw, half a cup. So 15 and a half. Yeah. Alright. That was juicy. So, what have y'all been up to since I've been gone? I think the last video I did was the Walmart haul. And I posted some pictures. I had a notification on my computer. It's on my nerves. So I've been grumpy. Everything's on my nerves. Alright. Oh, that came out good on that side. Yeah, look at that. Oop. Almost got my computer. As of this morning, I am down 43.6 pounds. Yep, 43.6. Got my next goal after losing that 40, because that was at 301 pounds. My goal was to get up down to 200 and something. Even if it was 299.9, I wanted to. So this morning, 297.4. I was so excited because y'all, you saw the pictures of my cheat day of the all-you-can-eat sushi. Yeah, I'm already getting the lipstick on everything, y'all. Lasted what, 3 seconds? Y'all, it set me back like 8 days. I mean, just the other day, I started to get back to the 40 pounds lost, and then start losing again. I'm telling you, it's not a good idea to cheat on these in the low carb. But I'm not going to beat myself up because I'm slowly going to have to incorporate more carbohydrates. Right? Because I personally want to eat more vegetables. So, but it's working. I'm back down to fasting. It was difficult. It was difficult getting back in the swing of things, you know? And that's what I was concerned about. Those granola bars that I bought, absolutely delicious. And if the price of it wasn't a deterrent, I still would not buy them. They did tickle my addiction, and I ate all 4 of them within 2 days. I stayed in my carb count, but I ate them just because they were there. Not because I was hungry or wanted to break my fast. Yeah. And then I bought some smoked almonds, the Blue Diamond brand. Y'all, those are awesome. So if you like almonds, oh my God. And it was, for 28 of them, I think it was like 2 carbs. 2 or 4. I'd have to look. But, yeah. I started doing real good with those. Look at these onions, y'all. Oh my God. Let's put a nice grilled. Look at that. Wonderful. Oh. Once the bag was gone, I didn't replace them. I'm still not there yet. I'm doing better. Like, I didn't order the jalapeno chips. You know, I thought about the rice for days after that sushi place. I haven't forgot about it. My kid's birthday is coming up. She's Scorpio, so it's coming up next month. She's November Scorpio. And so I had told her, when I get down to 50 pounds lost, 55 pounds lost, that'll be pre-sweetheart passing weight, even though it's still too much. We'll go again. And I said, but you treat this time. She's like, okay. But her birthday's coming up. But instead of going to that sushi place, because I don't want another cheat day so quick after the other one, I think I'll take her to a steakhouse. Or like the other steakhouse, and like today, I can do that and still be okay. So I think that's what we'll do. She doesn't watch my videos, so she don't know. With my daughter, I know during the haul, there were a couple of things that looked like the camera was glitching. It wasn't. I kept putting it on pause because when I had told you about her dog, Nina Fajita is her name, being a badass, she got kicked out of obedience school. She did. She got expelled. I paused it because I was like, oh my God, kid, you know, do you mind that I say that? Because, you know, I don't want to say anything that you don't want me to. She goes, no, you can say that. She is a badass dog. I said, okay. My kid, and I had permission to tell, because I asked her, what can I tell my people about why you're here? She goes, Mom, I don't care. But I still want to respect her privacy. So, what I'm going to say is, they were going to move in here, to save money. Because they were wanting to buy a house, which every young couple does. And that's why I was telling you that I had started to go through my sweethearts things before I was ready to make room for the two of them and their two dogs. Because a lot of the stuff of hers was stored in one of the bedrooms. Well, we had stuff in all the bedrooms, but in the middle bedroom. And so he painted lures for, like I do scrapbooking, plus every now and again he'd sell one or two. So, being the nice person that I am, and that my child asked me, I was trying to clean out that room, at least a space for his desk, his little project desk. So, I had to go through the stuff, and it hurt, but, you know, eventually it's going to have to be done. I was just not ready at that moment. Anyway, things happen, and, you know, every couple has their issues, but in the process of that, some things went down, and they split up. So, it's a done deal. It's pretty much a done deal. So, she is here still for it, but you know, for a while. I don't know, a year, more, I don't know. Y'all, it is 60 degrees in here. It is, look, you see I got that. You see I have food, so she's panting. She does it every time she wants food. And it's too loud, and I will ask her to remove herself if it gets too bad. So, and the other one is my little bitty fatty boom boom, the one you met. Miss Sasha. Anyway, so that's why she's here. It's been, you know, it's been good reconnecting with her and having her here. It's been nice. Having 4 dogs in this house has been a challenge. But they're all getting along, and that's the important part. Really, it is. So that's good. Okay. Stalker guy. And then I told you I had a story about him, right? Well, something else happened this morning. I gotta add to that. I can't stand that man. Yo, Lord forgive me. I can't stand that man. I told you, he doesn't like the fact that he can't know stuff. He's so freaking nosy. And that's a nosy calling a nosy a nosy. I'm a nosy Rosie. But I don't hide that fact. Okay. I don't go to the extent that he does. I told you how I let my dogs O-U-T. I can't say the word or they'll start running around. And the big one has just started to relax. So, they're always on a leash, and that was my biggest deal. Okay. With the kids' dogs, she had a little wrought iron looking gate, about 4 foot high, 4.5 feet. She wanted to bring over for her dogs, but she wanted to do it in a way that surrounded the back porch and into the grass. So she bought extra panels, and she gated in the whole back slab all the way down to behind my stairs, and then behind the stairs, because everything's concreted in, because remember the front door of the other place that used to be here, the front door was that way, but now my front door is this way. That's why they had to pour me new driveway. Anyway, so that's all slab, and she's put a chair out there so she can have her coffee and stuff. Well, the grassy area where they go potty, is behind the fence. Okay, and I told her, do not go beyond the house, because then Stalker and everybody, will see. I don't want anybody knowing my business. She says, okay, Mom. So she went to the edge. Well, he is so nosy, and unless you're super looking, the gate is black. The fencing is black. You can't see it. You can't notice it just going by. How about within a week, maybe 2, he puts up a gate for his dogs. Sure does. But do you think, and I had told my kid, put it up nice and neat. Because I know for a permanent fence, if you want to have one installed, you have to get the park involved. Has to be a professional person, they have to approve the specs, you know. But this is just temporary, stakes in the ground, you know. I said, but do it really nice and neat so people really can't notice it. And she did. This guy slapped it up there. They're all crooked, part of it's leaning, and if that wasn't bad enough, he puts up chicken wire. It looks terrible, and since he's had the gate up, he's only had his dogs out there maybe 3 times. He just had to copycat. He just had to do something. And I told her, I said, he's going to draw attention to the fences because his looks like crap. And because those dogs are not out there every day. And he didn't even enclose hardly any grass, so he's not letting them out to go to the bathroom. I'll know where they go to the bathroom. I never see him taking them out. His front yard's not very big, so I don't know. It's none of my business. But what is my business is he's going to get us in trouble. Well, management, and I'm just waiting to get a letter. Management came by and checked all the water, the water meters, right? Because when we pay lot rent, we pay for the water too. Behind my house with that lady, their water meter's like right there against their house. And I saw on my camera that the manager was looking at the fence. I've heard nothing. Okay. I just don't want them saying, because I don't know what the pet limit is here. I don't know if it's 3 or 4, so keep a low profile. Plus, I don't want anybody to know my business. In my house, nobody's business. Okay. Well, this air conditioning, it has a timer on it, which is really helpful. It'll turn on to this temperature, and like at night, we like it cooler, so at a certain time it comes down. And my sweetheart had figured out how to do it. But she's like, I don't know if I could do it again. I figured it out on accident. So we had problems with, yeah, I overcooked it a little bit, y'all. You see how dry it's looking. I don't like that. But it still tastes good. It's still kind of moist on that side. Anyway, it is a New York strip. I am not going to waste it. I will eat this even if it turns into shoe leather. Let's call it jerky and call it a day. Anyway, I've been wanting somebody to set it. So yesterday, I told y'all, I think I mentioned it, as long as we were renting this place, maintenance would have to fix any issues that we had. Once they sold us the house, they couldn't do maintenance on it anymore. But the guy, Don, he said, but if you have a little something that you need help with, you know, we'll check it out. If we can help you, we'll do it. So yesterday when I was checking the mail, because I went lifting, I saw him. So I pulled up and I explained my problem. I said, I think you know how to use those, because this floor plan, they have like 4 or 5 houses of them. I guess they got a really good deal. Anyway, he goes, no, I don't mind helping you. He said, I did one just today. I think I can figure it out. I said, okay. He said, you might have to remind me, but we'll come. I said, okay. Well, imagine my surprise when they showed up this morning. Kind of freaked me out because when I asked him, I forgot. Oh my God, the dogs, the kid, you know. Especially the dogs. Well, the kid's at work, so before I went to the door, I wrangled them in because the gate is right at the end of the hall, so they have more places to run. So I finagled them in her room, shut the door, but they're barking, so he knew. And I said, yeah, I said, I have some temporary little visitors, little house guests. Yeah, I can hear them. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Here's the part where Stalker comes in. I check my cameras from time to time. They ride around, the 2 maintenance guys, it's just 2 of them, and there's 300 spaces. Not all 300 are filled in, but it's a pretty big mobile home area. It's only 2 of them. They're always together. Oh, they're on the little golf cart, And while the main guy is in here working on my thermostat, the other one is sitting in the golf cart waiting for him. Imagine my surprise, or maybe it shouldn't have surprised me. When I look on the camera, y'all, stalker came to my house, stood in my driveway, bullshitting with the other maintenance guy. Like, he couldn't take it. Something was going on here. So we had to see. He had to see it. I don't know if I know him. So he asked them what they were doing here. The thing is, they're not supposed to work on this. So if anybody snitches, they could get in trouble. Now, the main guy, Don, the one who did my thermostat, that's his wife. I mean, she runs the parks because they're a husband and wife team. But I don't like that. I don't like anybody getting in trouble. Well, yeah. Just to BSing. I would ain't this a oh my, I was so mad. If I had known y'all, I would have stepped out there and said something. I'd been like, so-and-so, because I know his name. What are you doing? Why are you in my yard? Why are you in my parking space? He was just doing it to be nosy, y'all. I'm surprised he hadn't approached my kid yet. He probably thinks it's me. We look so much alike. No, we really do. Even the kid admits it. But yeah. Ooh, I was so... Ooh. You have no idea. My friend in Florida got an earful. I said it another thing. But yeah. They're crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Trying to get the nice au jus that's right here. The butter. Of course I do. Zero carbs and butter, y'all. My friend in Florida, she's finally gone to low carb. And she's like, you know what, Fluffy? She said, I can't do 20 like you. I said, it's only for 2 weeks. No, I can't do 20. I'm going to start at 50. I said, well, if you start at 50 and you're losing weight, then you're still really good, you know. So, she's excited. She found some low-carb snacks. The Volpi brand, V-O-L-P-I, I think she said. Y'all, that stuff's expensive. That stuff is expensive. And I'm like, oh, and Walmart here doesn't carry it. The Aldi here doesn't carry it. The H-E-B carries it, but she's getting the nuggets, where they're about this big around, but they're slices, kind of the roundness of pepperoni, but thicker. But the H-E-B only has the salami that's in slices like you would put on a sandwich. And so they're planning a trip up here around the holidays. Now, she's already bringing me more farm fresh eggs. And she goes, I'll bring you up a pack. I know how expensive they are. I'm like, no. I said, because I don't want you to forget my eggs. But she swears by him, y'all. A Volpi. V-O-L-P-I. She got him at, she calls it the equivalent of H-E-B here. Publix. She gets them at Publix. So if any of y'all have a Publix, buy it. I've been just doing what I'm doing. Y'all, I haven't had the salad wraps. I mean, the wraps, the lettuce wraps. I haven't made it yet. I've been using the lettuce, though. I've made 3 chicken sandwiches. Like I said in the thing, I didn't make them crispy. I actually had 2 recently, like a dinner of just 2 of them. That's all I had. And I had a can of Vienna's earlier. That was my whole daily intake. But I had tomato and I had the lettuce on there, so I'm not wasting the lettuce. I just haven't made the wraps. So, and then I knew I had steaks. I knew my sweetheart had bought steaks. No freezer burn. I've been in there over a year. No freezer burn. I was glad for that. I cried. It's just a waste of a good steak. But, so that's why I made this one, because I found them. I was looking for hamburger, and I thought I had hamburger. I want to make more of those noodles. That's what I was going to mukbang. The noodles. And with meat and then mushrooms. An extra sauce. Because I think I needed more sauce in that whole dish. I couldn't find any hamburger. And because it's not 0 carb noodles, I don't want to use meatballs for carbs and then the noodles for carbs, because that would have put me over. So, when I get more hamburger, I'll do it. My daughter, I think I mentioned, or I wanted to mention, that I wanted to try some Hearts of Palm noodles. They have Hearts of Palm rice. They make it in every kind of shape and she got me angel hair pasta ones and a linguine ones. And they were only $2 something at Aldi. And when you get them on Walmart, they're so expensive, and you have to have them shipped. And they're expensive because you have to buy a pack of 4 or 5. And I'm like, well, what if I hate them? You know, what if I hate it? So I still have those I want to try, but I don't want to try them on camera, because if I hate it, I'm gonna eat them because she bought them, but I'll be making faces. And what kind of mukbang would that be? But I'll let y'all know. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You know that'll work on me. Go on. Go on. Thank you. Oh, Sasha. Was it? A big one. Like she wasn't getting anything and she calmed down. No heavy breathing. Let's see. What else? Because I was going to do a vlog and explain all this. And I really haven't done much of anything. And so I'm like, well, if I do a vlog, then I can't do a mukbang, only because I'll not have anything to talk about during the mukbang. So what else? I've been trying to get out in the car more often. Last week was the first time in a long time that I went out 3 times. Only for 2.5 hours apiece. But still getting out. Because even just going up and down those stairs is a feat for me. Even 40 pounds down. Well, now 43, but I go for 4. The problem is, and I know somebody suggested in the comments about they didn't like those chicken patties. And sir, whoever you are, if you're still watching me, you are correct. Those chicken patties are a little bland. He said they were meh, and they are meh. Crisping them up might make them taste better. Or maybe sprinkling a little seasoning. But when I had the one and then when I had the other 2, I was in a hurry. So, and then I had mayonnaise and things like that on it. So that helped it. But he is correct. It was just hard for me to do fresh. Because I knew I was going to do this, I did not drive today. Because I can't do both. And that's why I do quick and easy things on the days that I drive. So, y'all know the nose. So, but he had a very good idea. Sir, it was a very good idea. It just doesn't always work out for me. So, and I'm eating now for Leonard because I can have my dishes washed and filmed quietly, so I don't have to, or she won't feel obligated to try to be quiet for it. You know, she just coming home, the dogs go nuts because mine love her, hers love her. This way I can edit for the rest of the evening. Have y'all noticed I'm burping a lot more? I'm only doing 2 a day. I'm almost out, y'all. Give myself anxiety. Fluff, knock it off. Don't drink them. I know. Listen, I gave up my jalapeno chips. Get off my back. That's so funny. I got a new book. I don't like it too much. I like the other one better. But I wanted to try something different. This one opens this way. Right? Doesn't open like a regular book. I just dropped my pen. This is today's stats. But you see how much I have to adjust it. There's my weight. Yay! Yeah. My blood pressure cuff, you have to hook it up like a phone to charge, and it's not charging. I may have to get a new one, although I don't know what happened to it. And see at the bottom, I fasted, and then total carbs, there's no space for it, but then this is total carbs for the day, and I haven't written down this meal, but it's pretty easy to calculate. The only thing, you know, the veggies, the only carbs in here is the broccoli and the onions. Which leads me to, man, you can't trust anything. I'm already putting together a Walmart order, but I'm just not going to order it right now. Or as I think of things, I add it to the list. Diet Pepsi gotta go on there. Anyway, so one of the things, I always try to put 1 or 2 cans of mushrooms. Kid likes mushrooms. I like mushrooms. 0 carbs. For some reason, I click on the mushroom and it said bought 7 times or something. I'm like, yeah, okay, these are the ones. Maybe something made me look at the nutritional facts. And it said 6 carbs, 3 fibers, which would make 1 can, 3 net carbs. I'm like, oh, hell no. I know I've messed up before because I'm reading a 6 into a 0 or a 3. You know, I screwed up the meatballs. 5 net carbs instead of 3. So I got up, I went to look at the can, and the can said no. 3 carbs, 3 dietary fibers, 0 carbs. I think what they do on the website is they'll take the nutritional facts and use the same picture from another one and use it. Because I looked at the ingredients on there. Mushrooms, sea salt, and one more other thing. And the label that I looked at didn't say that. It had a couple of more items, which, okay, that's why it's got more carbs. So, yeah, they didn't even use the same label. I'm like, ain't this a mother humper? So, be careful with that, y'all. Can't trust nobody. Walmart, what you doing? We rely on you. So, almost done, y'all. I'm getting full. I really am. Yesterday, I was so tired. What did I have? I had a can of Vienna's. My daughter, she meant for the order to come here. But sometimes, before, she would get off of work and she would have the groceries go there because of where she lived. She'd have the groceries come to her work, or she'd just take them home. She worked for her cousin, so the cousin's not going to say anything. So she sends me a list and said, do you need anything? And I'm like, no, I'm good. But I noticed because she sends me screenshots of what she's getting. I went, oh, you're having the order come to the shop? And she goes, son of a... So she came home with the groceries. All that to say, I've had them before. Sam's Club would sell ginormous bags of them. They're Parmesan crisps. They literally take Parmesan, put it on a griddle. Now, they put it in a circle form, so they look like little round chips of just Parmesan cheese. They're so good. I've had them before, 0 carbs. Ate the whole bag. Sat right there, ate the whole bag. Sure did. That's what I had that's all I had yesterday. Was a can of Viennas when I got home, about 5, and then about 30 minutes later, I stopped eating at 5:40. I started to eat them right away. It took me a while. But yeah, that's all I have. And I'm not trying to starve myself, y'all. I know that that's not something I can maintain, and I get it. I'm so tired sometimes. It's all I can do just to get in the house and let the dogs OUT and give them a snack. And then I just sit here, and I'm too tired to get up. And fasting has done well for me, so after a certain time, I just give up, because I'm like, no, I'm not going to eat this late. So, only thing that's going to be left, y'all, is this fat. I usually eat steak fat, but this one didn't break down. I should have turned down the pan sooner. And you get it screaming hot to get that nice char on the outside, but then, and so it cooked quickly. And so it didn't have a chance for the fat to break down, because I love steak fat, but not this one. Kind of rubbery. Oh. Okay. Done. Wow, y'all, 37 minutes. Y'all, when I do a haul, I did that haul fairly early. That anybody that has a channel or who has edited video knows the more edits, the longer the upload. And when you put prices and stuff, all of that is editing. Even if you're not cutting the video or anything. Because remember, I paused it to have a conversation with her. Like, is it okay to tell me you got a badass dog? So, I don't think I have any cuts. I think there's one part but I don't think so. Maybe the sniffle. Sometimes I don't. I'm like, you know what? They know I sniff. That's nothing I can do about it, But this is making me burp a lot lately. I don't like that. That's just, I know some people that watch mukbangs, they watch and wait for the burp, and y'all, you do you. But I don't like it. Anyway. Lee, this looks so messy, but when I stand and look at it, it's not. It's my little trash bag. Of course, that is my carb thing. Let me put that here. It doesn't make it look better, right? Fluffy, give it up. These are all 3 of my books. It's all 3 of my books. It's my little one. Let me see. Yeah, I love my little books. I really need to do a flip through. I just don't know how to do it efficiently. This is the one I did last night. Yeah, these are cool, right? I know, I like them. I did a witchy one. Let me see. Where's my witchy one? My Halloween one. I don't think I showed that to you yet. No, did I do it in the... Did it? No, I'm gonna let y'all go. It's 39 minutes. I don't know whether to keep this in or not. Let's go to the back. I did this one. I like it. I keep going back to it because the butterfly. You see it? It's 3D. Yeah, but it's a sticker. Yeah. Okay. I know. I'm weird. This one's almost full. There's the one. Isn't that cute? I like the rack. People put baseball caps on. It has a rack of witchy hats. Isn't that cute? I like that. Yeah, I like doing these, y'all. Lately, I haven't been doing many of them. Oh, here's the other one. This one's the more romantic. Yeah, I love those big black flowers. Those are really cool. Yeah. And then the kid bought me these. They're like 3D hard plastic from Dollar Tree. So I like that. She bought me these too. I had to cut them each to make it fit. But yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll do a flip through. Anyway, this is a mess in my... Anyway. I'm a hot mess. Thank y'all for joining me for dinner. I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all tasted good. Tasted good. And I need the fiber. That's how I'm going to say it. But what are y'all having? Y'all please let me know what you're having, even if you think it's garbage. I've had plenty of my share of quick meals, even this past week. You heard what I had yesterday. What you had can't possibly be worse than that. So let me know what you had. Other than that, I'll say goodbye. God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind. Always. I know when I talk about Stalker, I don't sound very kind, but I'm just, except for that one altercation we had, I'm not ever intentionally unkind. Okay? And I need you to be your own advocate. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay? Bye.